Surprising find for a kayaker digging for rocks on the Kansas River this weekend.
The kayaker discovered a human skull around a sandbar on Sunday in an area near 142nd and Loring Lane in Bonner Springs, and experts say the remains could be very, very old. 41 Action News reporter Sarah Plake explains.
Police officers were trudging through woods and the mud for about an hour this morning just to get to the spot at the river where that skull was found. Who that skull belongs to at this point is still a mystery.
From what was available of the skull, couldn't find anything to substantiate that there was foul play, but there wasn't much of the skull to examine.
A man's skull found on a sandbar on the Kansas River could be decades old, maybe even over 100 years old.
They believe that the bones may be older, possibly Native American, probably extremely old.
A kayaker found the skull on Sunday. The Wyandotte County Coroner's Office turned it over to a forensic anthropologist to study. The lines on the back of the skull indicate the man was middle to late age when he died.
We've been told by some of the anthropologists that have been in the area that a lot of the Native Americans who used to buried along the river.
Let me begin here to the north.
Over at the Bonner Springs Historical Society, we got a look at some old maps of the Kansas River. The current erodes the bank, so they say changes along the river have the ability to stir up remains of somebody who died long ago.
The big floods had the tremendous impact. 44 and the back-to-backs, 03, 4, 8, and 51, they all have the impact of how they fill and how they have a tendency to narrow it.
Bonner Springs police say they've gotten calls from folks wondering about missing persons cases, but right now it's just too soon to tell. Sarah Plake, 41 Action News.